Number 10, Jake Paul and Tana Mongeau. Arguably the most controversial creators on the platform, these two had a very public relationship. In January of 2020, they took to Instagram to announce their split just 6 months after their Las Vegas wedding. Tana wrote, "Okay, I don't really know how to do a 'we're taking a break' post, and this is weird as F. I'm happy to still be able to sit with Jake and laugh as we do this, but for now we are both taking a break to focus on our own very crazy lives." News first broke that the megastars were dating in April of 2019, and months later, Jake proposed on Tana's 21st birthday. The couple went public with their relationship by posting videos of their hangouts to their respective channels, which showed them kissing and cuddling, although they later admitted that the videos were just to stir the pot of YouTube gossip, which meant that there was always a lot of confusion about the legitimacy of the relationship. At one point, Jake even referred to them as two of the biggest sociopaths on the internet. They had a lavish July wedding, which reportedly cost around $500,000 and involved private jets, a mansion, multiple wedding cakes, and a replica of Jon Snow's sword from Game of Thrones. Apparently there was even a fistfight mid-ceremony, but interestingly enough, the YouTube stars never actually made their union legal. Tana said they didn't sign a marriage license or legally binding paperwork. All in all, they managed to remain friends, but people still speculate that their entire relationship was only for clout. Number 9, Jeffree Star and Nathan Schwandt. After 5 years together, the pair announced their shocking split in January of 2020. Makeup mogul and YouTube icon Jeffree Star uploaded a YouTube video titled "We Broke Up" that was posted on January the 11th. He spoke to his millions of subscribers and said, "I never thought the day would come where I'd be sitting here talking about this. We've tried to film this 10 times now, and I've cried every single time. I don't even know where to begin. There's no easy way to say this, but we did break up." He confirmed the rumors that began weeks earlier when he disappeared from social media and removed all mentions of Nathan from his profiles. So why did they end things? Well, even though Nathan appeared in multiple viral videos with Jeffree over the course of their 5-year relationship, he apparently struggled to adapt to the pressures of YouTube fame. He said, "It's difficult because Nathan never wanted to be in the spotlight. We've had family try to reach out to the media to make money off of me and Nathan's breakup. I don't even know how to process that. We're over here heartbroken, dealing with our emotions, dealing with things behind the scenes and off camera." But he reassured viewers that there is no bad blood between him and his ex, and they will always be friends forever. Number 8, Alyssa Violet and Faith Banks. After almost 2 years of dating, the couple known to fans as Belissa ended their relationship, confirming rumors that began circulating days earlier when Alyssa unfollowed FaZe on Twitter. Before the split, the model and CEO of esports organization FaZe Clan frequently appeared in each other's vlogs with a combined total of 9 million YouTube subscribers. In 2017, FaZe even confirmed the relationship with a YouTube video titled "My New Girlfriend." Later that month, Alyssa posted a cryptic tweet that read, "Alyssa Violet Marie Banks," which caused fans to speculate that the two were engaged. But rather than opting for the traditional "We Broke Up" video, Alyssa posted a simple tweet announcing the split. She wrote, "Single Violet thrives." She actually kept quiet about the breakup until December of that same year, when she accused FaZe in a series of bombshell Twitter posts. Apparently, she caught him with another woman in the guest wing of their house. She even posted a screenshot of their text messages. As the backlash against him climbed to an all-time high, he wrote, "Obviously there are two sides to every story, and neither of us have been perfect. Rather than contribute to all of that, I'm going to do the right thing and take responsibility where I've gone wrong in this. Alyssa and I have been having issues, and I did something really stupid and hurtful. Obviously it took her a few months to do it, but eventually she exposed him big time, and there was very little that he could say in defense." Number 7, J Station and Alexia Morano. Jason Ethia, known by his 5.5 million subscribers as J Station, caused an online uproar in January during his bizarre split with his girlfriend and fellow YouTuber Alexia Morano. On January the 21st, Jason uploaded a now deleted video to his channel, claiming that Alexia had been killed by a drunk driver. In the following days, he uploaded additional videos of himself visiting her apparent memorial and communicating with her via a Ouija board. It was pretty ridiculous stuff, and it wasn't long before his subscribers caught on. Many viewed his behavior as disturbing and tasteless, expressing outrage in the comments section and demanding a response from the YouTuber. Finally, on January the 27th, Jason posted another video admitting that Alexia was alive. Apparently they were both in on it, and he insisted that it was a joint effort to boost the following of their prank channel, Dream Team. He also claimed that his girlfriend had left him and was accusing him of attacking her with a weapon. In response to her ex's claims, the YouTuber came out with a video of her own, but she denied wanting any involvement in the hoax and accused Jason of being controlling and manipulative throughout their relationship. relationship. Surprisingly, the couple eventually reconciled and posted a video on their jointly owned YouTube channel on April the 4th. But shortly after the controversy, the I'm Jay Station channel was terminated for terms of service violation, according to a tweet from Jason's creator support account. Number 6, Liza Koshy and David Dobrik. These two were quite possibly YouTube's biggest couple throughout their 3-year relationship from 2015 to 2018. They shocked the world with their emotional since-deleted breakup video, which revealed that they had been broken up for 6 months. Fans loved their joint Target runs and disastrous vacations, but the David and Liza content came to an end with a video titled We Broke Up, posted to David's main channel. He said, "It wasn't healthy for us to continue to be together. For now, Liza broke up with me because she felt like we had been kind of distant." What was pretty shocking was that the split had actually happened 6 months earlier, but they assured fans that they were planning to remain friends and reevaluate their relationship in the future. Number 5, Colleen Bollinger and Joshua Evans. YouTube icon Colleen Bollinger, known for her online persona Miranda Sings, devastated fans in an emotional YouTube video announcing her divorce from her husband Joshua Evans. In October of 2016, the two of them announced that they were splitting up after 8 years together. The couple, who chronicled their entire relationship online from their first date to their wedding vows, developed a devoted following. But Colleen explained that the image they had curated online was completely different from what was happening in real life. She said, "We've always had a rocky relationship since the beginning. We've always butted heads. I've realized just how unhappy we both were. I want Joshua to be happy, and I can't make him happy." For his part, Joshua posted his own video titled Heartbroken and said, "We've had some great times and terrible times over the past 8 years. But interestingly enough, he also said, I do not want this divorce. I want her, but I truly believe she thinks she's making the right decision right now, and I can't make her decisions for her." Number 4, Shane Dawson and Lisa Schwartz. Over the course of their 4-year relationship, the YouTubers became one of the internet's favorite power couples, but fans were shocked when they announced their split in July of 2015. Shane came out as bisexual that same year, but apparently his sexuality was not the main reason that they ended their relationship. He said, "I think a lot of people just assume, oh, Shane wanted to come out, but no, we literally broke up a long time before that. I don't know what my life is gonna be, but I just want to be honest about it." For her part, Lisa uploaded a video addressing the split. She said, "I feel a lot of joy for Shane, because for years I watched him suffer, and for years I hurt for him. Since the split, she's gotten married to comedian Jeff Galante, while Shane has grown his massive online following and gotten engaged to fellow YouTuber Ryland Adams." Number 3, Jake Paul and Alyssa Violet. The YouTubers, who were both in the vlogging group Team 10, chose to air all their dirty laundry on Twitter, and things got very messy very quickly. Although their relationship was never officially confirmed, the pair came to be known as Jalissa, and they appeared together in videos since August of 2016. In February of 2017, Alyssa dropped hints on Twitter that things were rocky. She wrote "Jake rhymes with snake," and then made a follow-up video where she claimed that Jake had moved her belongings into the house foyer and changed the locks, basically kicking her out. In response, Jake tried to defend himself and wrote, "Predicted this is what she'd do. Jalissa was real. The problem is she cheated on me. I'm the victim, not her." Alyssa then said that their relationship wasn't real because Jake had flings right in front of her. She also claimed that she would cry herself to sleep while living in the Team 10 house. The drama was so extensive that there was no real possibility of any reconciliation between them. Number 2, Jaclyn Hill and John Hill. The beauty YouTuber and her husband of 9 years, John Hill, announced their divorce via matching Instagram posts in May of 2018. Jaclyn wrote, "After almost 9 years of marriage, John and I have decided to divorce." Interestingly enough, both of them chose to go public after the divorce and talk about what they think went wrong. Jaclyn released a now private YouTube video explaining that she and her ex never made good partners, but always made good friends. She admitted that they had been dealing with problems their entire marriage, but had always worked to be bigger than the issues that they faced. But eventually, she said, it just got to the point where it was exhausting. "I was bled dry. There was nothing left to give." Quote, "At what point do you have to give up your happiness for someone else's? You shouldn't have to do that for your husband." For the most part, John seems to agree, and he admitted during a 2018 interview with Substream magazine that he put her through a lot of pain. And coming in at number 1, Jesse Wellens and Gianna Smith. The YouTubers, known for their prank versus prank and BF versus GF videos, announced their split in 2016, an emotional vlog titled A New Chapter. So what happened? Well, it was the fact that they were working together to constantly produce content, which strained their partnership. Gianna gave her audience some advice and said, Ben don't make daily videos. We both can agree that it's not healthy. It's not good for your relationship. Everybody thinks everything's perfect, and it's really not at all. Despite plans to go their separate ways, both Jessie and Gianna asserted that they will always love each other, but said that stepping back from their partnership and channel is what they need to be sane. Before the announcement, the couple might have indicated that they were experiencing issues. In an interview with People magazine, Jessie said, "It's hard to work with someone you're in a relationship with, but we figure out how to make it work. But there might have been another reason for the breakup."
Number 10, John Mulaney. In early September, amid questions about the timeline of John Mulaney's romance with Olivia Munn, the comedian's ex-wife Anna Marie Tendler reportedly knew that he was doing things with other women before he went to rehab and before they ended their marriage in late 2020. It wasn't entirely clear when his relationship with Olivia started, but it appeared that John was going to great lengths to dispute the idea that he cheated. Anne Marie divorced from the comedian after 6 years of marriage. In a statement at the time, the artist said, "I am heartbroken that John has decided to end our marriage. I wish him support and success as he continues his recovery." 1 week later, news broke that Mulaney had started dating actress Olivia Munn, and less than 2 months later, it was confirmed that Munn was pregnant with her and Mulaney's first child. Whether or not there was any overlap between the two women is still very uncertain, but his relationship with Olivia has always been heavily criticized for that reason. Number 9, Gerard Piqué. In early June, Barcelona and Spain football star Gerard Piqué's high-profile marriage to Shakira officially ended, and the two of them announced their plans to separate. Fans were shocked when the news came out because the couple had been in a relationship for 12 years and shared 2 children together. Almost immediately, rumors started going around the internet, with outlets reporting that his new girlfriend was someone who worked for him with the initials CC. As it turns out, they were right because Piqué had moved on with a 23-year-old woman by the name of Clara Chia. The Sun confirmed the news on August the 10th, with a source close to Chia explaining that they had been seeing each other for months. Then on August the 22nd, photos of the couple went viral, which confirmed their relationship. Then they were seen kissing at the Summerfest Cerdanya festival in Catalonia. Of course, Piqué was criticized for not only how quickly he went public with his new relationship, but also for the timeline of when they first got together. Number 8, Morena Baccarin. The Homeland actress was still married to her husband at the time, Austin Chick, when she got pregnant by her Gotham co-star Ben McKenzie. The scandal brought about intense backlash against their relationship, even though Austin and Morena were in the process of divorcing, but were likely separated at the time. She eventually gave birth to her daughter Frances in March of 2016, just 2 weeks before her divorce from her ex was finalized. Aside from all that controversy, Morena certainly got a happy ending and went on to marry Ben in June of the following year. She even told People magazine that working with him on Gotham was wonderful, saying, "Ben's the sweetest. It's very nice to work with your significant other, especially when you're pregnant, because you'll know you'll get some extra TLC and get taken care of." So despite the persistent rumors of infidelity and the awkward timeline, it does seem like the two co-stars are very happy together. Number 7, Will Smith. Will and Jada often paint their love story as one for the ages, but they have definitely tried to gloss over the fact that their relationship began when Will was still technically married to his first wife, Cherie Zampino. In fact, Jada let this information slip voluntarily in a 2018 interview with Access, admitting that when Will first reached out to her, he wasn't exactly fully free to do so. She claimed that he had just separated, but their divorce was not technically finalized. The couple had since maintained that they weren't physically involved until the split was finalized, but many fans believe that Will's heart had strayed well before he made any move to end things with Cherie. During a sit-down interview on the Red Table Talk, Will admitted that instead of being honest with his wife right away about how he lost feelings for her, he just decided to keep it private. But in the end, his ex-wife was a bigger person and ended up asking for the divorce, which allowed him to publicly date Jada right after the papers were signed. Number 6, Olivia Wilde. If there's one thing the internet is obsessed with right now, it's the relationship between Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde. The couple met on the set of the movie Don't Worry Darling, which Olivia directed. Harry joined the cast in the fall of 2020, and by January 2021, the two of them were spotted holding hands at a wedding, which naturally caused everyone to lose their minds. But since then, there has been a lot of valid criticism directed at the couple, with some people questioning the timeline of their relationship and saying that Olivia moved on too quickly after breaking up with Jason Sudeikis. Ever since they called off their 7-year engagement in November last year, there have been cheating rumors circulating online. In fact, it was heavily implied that Olivia and Harry had been having an affair for around a month before the breakup, although she adamantly denied it in a statement, saying, "The idea that I left Jason for Harry is completely inaccurate. Our relationship was over long before I met Harry." So she did somewhat set the record straight. Number 5, Jennifer Lopez. J.Lo and Ben Affleck Affleck have had an on-again and off-again romance that has been going on since the 2000s. In fact, these two have just gotten married this year, nearly 2 decades after they first got engaged. But the timeline of their relationship has been a bit of a red flag in the past. In July of 2002, JLo filed for divorce from her second husband, Chris Judd. This news broke just months after she had wrapped the movie Geely alongside her co-star Ben, who she then started dating. Even though they both went out of their way to deny the cheating rumors, Chris Judd's father, Larry, spoke out against the couple and ended up accusing JLo of being unfaithful. He insinuated that they had been having an affair during the filming of the movie and said, "I thought Mr. Affleck would honor a married woman and not just go right into the trailer." But even if there was no infidelity involved there, it's clear that Jennifer moved on very quickly after her divorce. Number 4, Kerry Russell. The actress played a secret KGB agent alongside her co-star Matthew Rhys on the spy drama The Americans. The romance between the two of them sparked while they were on set, but there was just one problem. Kerry was still married to Shane Deary at the time, and although they were likely separated, the timeline is still very murky. But eventually it became obvious that there was really something going on between the two of them, as Matthew and Kerry were spotted shopping for furniture together at Christmas in 2013. And not long after that, she announced her official split from her now ex-husband. Then in 2016, the couple welcomed their first child together, and they all became a blended family. But unlike most cheating scandals, this one seemed to turn out quite well, as apparently the three of them go on family vacations together and frequently dine out as friends. Number 3, Nikki Reed. When the actress filed for divorce from Paul McDonald in May of 2014, rumors started swirling that she was dating Ian Somerhalder that same July. The new couple didn't waste any time taking the next step in their relationship and decided to get engaged in January of 2015, just 6 months after they started dating. The next step came just as quickly when the pair married in April of 2015. Nikki was married to Paul for 3 years, but a source close to the singer confirmed that they were both facing difficulties in their careers, and that eventually led to the ending of their marriage. Quote, "It came down to the normal marriage failures of money and career. He wasn't making money, and she wasn't flourishing with her career after Twilight." He went on to say, "Paul is still totally heartbroken over the breakup. He loves her and always will." But if anything, at least the split was amicable, and even if Nikki did move on very quickly, it was obviously the right decision, considering that her and Ian are still happily married to this day. Number 2, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. The actress brought her on-screen romance with Ewan McGregor into the real world after they worked together on the FX series Fargo in 2017. Only 1 month after the series debuted in April, Mary announced on social media that she had split from her husband of 7 years, Riley Stearns. Not long after that, the new couple was spotted together in public. At the time, the Trainspotting actor was still very much married to his wife, Eve Maracus, with whom he shares 4 children. In fact, it wasn't until January of 2018 that she filed for divorce from him. The relationship between Mary and Ewan caused a whole lot of controversy, especially among their own family members. In August of 2018, his daughter Clara took to Instagram to comment on a Mary Elizabeth Winstead fan page, and she wrote, "Most beautiful and talented woman on earth. Oh man, y'all are delusional. This girl is a piece of trash." So clearly they angered a whole lot of people by getting together. And coming in at number 1, Tom Cruise. Although it's been over for decades, Nicole Kidman's marriage to Tom Cruise is still one of Hollywood's most talked about relationships. They met on the set of the movie Days of Thunder, and they were instantly smitten with one another. But at the time of meeting, the Top Gun actor was still married to Mimi Rogers. When it became clear that the affair was getting serious, he divorced his first wife in February of 1990, and less than 1 year later, he exchanged vows with Nicole. Their relationship raised more than a few eyebrows considering how quickly he had moved on. But as we all know, their marriage was far from perfect, and they ended up splitting up a decade later in 2001. Looking back on the divorce, Nicole said, "It took me a very long time to heal. It was a shock to my system. We were in a bubble, just the two of us. We became very dependent on one another. So it obviously wasn't the healthiest relationship to begin with."
In at number 10, Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet announced their divorce earlier this month to the shock of their fans. The pair were together for 17 years as a couple. They were together for over a decade before they decided to get married in 2017. They also share 2 children together. Sadly, in January of 2022, their romantic relationship came to an end, with a joint statement revealing the shocking news that the pair were getting a divorce. In a statement to Instagram, Jason wrote, quote, "We have all felt the squeeze and changes of these transformational times. A revolution is unfolding and our family is of no exception, feeling and growing from the seismic shifts occurring." Even more shocking, Jason has decided to move out of their home and move into a camper RV that is parked in a friend's property. The van is a Ford RV worth $750,000. Speaking to The Sun, a source close to the star said of Jason and his RV, quote, "He stays in it quite often and he's opted to sleep in there instead of getting a hotel on set so he can be by the beach. He's really not a private jet luxury resort kind of guy." And at number 9, Kanye West. It's pretty clear to everyone that Kanye West does not want to be divorced, and he wants to be back with his wife and kids. But unfortunately for him, Kim Kardashian no longer wants to be married to him and has already moved on with Pete Davidson. Kim and Kanye had been friends for years before they decided to start dating, and soon the relationship became very serious. Shortly after their relationship started, Kim got pregnant with their daughter North, and they got married in 2014. But in 2020, Kim could not handle Kanye's public outbursts anymore and felt she needed to end their relationship so they could be in a better place to co-parent. Since the divorce, Kanye has pretty much turned into an embarrassment, and everyone is laughing at him now that Pete Davidson was able to steal Kim from him. And at number 8, Heidi Klum. Heidi Klum and Seal were together for 7 years and looked to have a very strong marriage, but sadly that was not the reality, and after 7 years and 4 kids together, they got a divorce in 2012. Heidi cited Seal's hot temper as the reason for the break, but Seal fired back, suggesting that it was Heidi's infidelity with her bodyguard, Martin Kristen, that caused the split. Heidi denied this, but ended up seeing this bodyguard for 18 months after her split from Seal, which of course only fueled cheating rumors more. And at number 7, John Gosselin. This everyday couple became celebrities through their reality show, John and Kate Plus 8. Fans loved seeing the trials and tribulations of raising 8 kids under one roof, but the entire thing came crashing down after allegations against both parties came out. John was accused of cheating, and Kate was accused of being toxic and harmful towards him. Their messy divorce played out in the public, and they lost a lot of their fans as a result. After the media attention died down, John went back to somewhat of a normal life working as a DJ, but Kate managed to continue her time in the spotlight and start on shows like Dancing with the Stars, Celebrity Apprentice, and signing on for an additional season of the now titled show Just Kate Plus 8, despite John's longing to move their kids out of the limelight. So it's very clear whose side the public took in this split. And at number 6, Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise would probably be a much more well-loved actor if it was not for his ultra shady divorces that caused a lot of his fans to turn on him. After him and Nicole Kidman split, she has only managed to become more well-liked and more successful in Hollywood, while Tom Cruise has become known for his ties to Scientology. During their relationship, Cruise distanced himself from the Church of Scientology, but upon their split, Tom became their most vocal supporter. Then came his relationship with Katie Holmes that briefly rehabilitated his image. But after their split, public opinion was not on his side anymore, especially after it was revealed that Katie had to sign many strange clauses in their divorce, like not being able to publicly date anyone for years after. And at number 5, Robin Thicke. Robin Thicke and his wife, actress Paula Patton, were high school sweethearts, but after his song Blurred Lines became a global hit, the fame got to his head and it caused the end of his marriage. After he was accused of cheating and he gave a controversial performance with Miley Cyrus at the 2013 VMAs, Thicke lost a lot of his female fans. His wife was on the verge of leaving him, so he decided to win her over by naming his next album, Paula, after her. Not only did this not work, the record was a massive flop and only sold 530 copies in the UK, if you can even believe it. But that's not all. After the media attention from his hit song started to die down, he got slapped with a lawsuit from Marvin Gaye and stated that Thicke plagiarized his song. Marvin Gaye won this legal battle, and Thicke was left with no career and no wife. And at number 4, LeAnn Rimes and Eddie Cibrian. This relationship is so messy because 2 marriages were broken by these 2 getting together. And if you watch Vanderpump Rules, you also know that cast member Sheena Shea was also involved with Cibrian while he was cheating. The 2 met while working on a Lifetime movie together, and despite their married status, decided to pursue a relationship anyway. After some months of being together, Brandi Glanville, who was with Eddie at the time, got in a heated feud with Rimes on Twitter, calling her a homewrecker among other digs. After this, a lot of her fans turned on her and did not think her behavior aligned with the squeaky clean image that she portrayed. And Rimes' most recent album only reached the 30th spot on the charts. And Eddie Cibrian is best known now as the ex-husband of Brandi Glanville, who was a cast member on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And then number 3, Kris Humphries. Kris Humphries was a nobody before his marriage to Kim, and then after their split, he was basically known as a laughingstock. Their relationship was heavily publicized, with the couple showing the progression of their relationship on the Kardashians' reality show, including their proposal. The couple also filmed a 2-part special showing the preparation for their lavish wedding and the final ceremony. The couple were married for a total of 72 days, and the nasty split took a huge toll on Chris's performance on the court. As well, the teams he played for did not want all the media attention that followed the Kardashians. This led to him being traded multiple times over the span of just a few seasons. Kris was so mad over the divorce, he even sued Kim for fraud, which stretched out their messy divorce even more. Now he just tries to lay low, away from the ridicule. And at number 2, Britney Spears. Britney Spears had a squeaky clean image until her impulsive Las Vegas wedding to her childhood friend, Jason Alexander, changed how everyone thought of her. The two had only reconnected for a few days before they decided to get married. Then the marriage only lasted 55 hours before it was annulled. Things got even worse when she repeated the pattern with her next partner, Kevin Federline. After 3 months of dating, Spears became engaged to Kevin Federline that same year. But the marriage did not last long, and they got divorced in 2006. This is when Britney's downward spiral really started, and she had to check herself into rehab after she shaved her head. She was able to come back stronger than ever, but her 2007 breakdown will always be one of the things she is most remembered for. And finally, at number 1, Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods was considered the greatest of all time in the sport of golf, not only for his performance, but for his intense dedication and respect for the game. But this perfect image came crashing down after it was exposed that he had cheated on his wife, Elin Nordegren, with multiple women. Speculation first surfaced in the National Enquirer magazine. Then 2 days later, Woods crashed into a fire hydrant while frantically leaving his home. It was widely speculated that his then-wife chased him out of their house. He was treated for minor injuries and pulled out of many tournaments as a consequence. By December of 2009, a phone message left by Woods for one of his mistresses was released by Us Weekly, which inspired more than a dozen women to come forward claiming to have relationships with him. This scandal caused sponsors to drop him, and his performance on the court suffered as a result. It's been speculated that he lost between $5 billion and $12 billion from this entire debacle.
In at number 10, Liza Koshy and David Dobrik. David Dobrik and Liza Koshy broke the internet when they announced their split on David's channel on June 4th of 2018. And the video was so explosive in the community that it trended almost immediately, with the video currently having over 65 million views. And I think it's probably the most viewed video on David's channel. In the video, they spoke about how they had broken up months prior, but were finally ready to address it publicly. Then we got more insight into the reason for the breakup, with Liza admitting she was the one that broke up with David, with Liza adding that she had some stuff to work out in her own life and needed some time to heal her own issues, as well as both of them admitting that they were starting to live 2 separate lives and didn't find enough time for each other anymore. Then Liza spoke more about the breakup on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, saying she waited 6 months to make the video because she wanted time to heal and become friends again before telling the world. Then Colbert added their friendship is a terrible idea. But considering it doesn't look like David and Liza really interact much anymore, maybe they did need to stop speaking in order to really, move on and grow. Up at number 9, Tana Mongeau and Jake Paul. This one isn't a shock at all, because this whirlwind romance then breakup took place not too long ago. When Jake and Tana first got together, then quickly engaged, everyone was pretty confident it was just a publicity stunt. And that was basically confirmed when Jake and Tana held their wedding of holy cloutrimony back in July of 2019, with the wedding being an outrageous Vegas ceremony that took place at the Graffiti Mansion that was spray painted with Jana, as well as hashtags and the pair's Instagram handles. And even though Tana did the most to convince her fans the whole thing was based on legit feelings, that went out the window when the whole thing was filmed for Tana's MTV show, as well as having the option to live stream the wedding for $50. But only 6 months after the over-the-top wedding, they announced their divorce and matching Instagram posts. And after everyone got mad at them for both faking the whole thing, Tana came out in a video to expose her feelings were actually reals, but Jake's probably weren't. Especially because he hopped into a new relationship with someone else pretty much right after. And at number 8, Jeffree Star and Nathan Schwandt. Jeffree and Nate were a massive YouTube couple, especially because Jeffree made Nate the subject of a lot of his YouTube videos in the past. But even though they seemed incredibly happy throughout their whole relationship, after 5 years together, they shockingly broke up in January of 2020. Then after a lot of speculation, Jeffree confirmed the breakup in a video called We Broke Up, where he doesn't reveal many details but speaks about how he's been going going through it and how they will always have love for each other, but there was other things going on in their own lives that caused them to distance from each other. But then a few months later, Jeffree addressed it more in a video called Updated House Tour Being Single and Quarantined, where the tune was a little different, saying that there's dark and nasty stuff going on behind the scenes in regards to the breakup. And we haven't really heard much on them since, but it seems like they're both moving on and there really isn't much drama anymore, at least publicly. Up at number 7, Alyssa Violet and Jake Paul. This was probably one of the messiest YouTube breakups just because of how different things were behind the scenes compared to what viewers saw on screen. Everything started when Jake kicked Alyssa out of the Team 10 house, and Alyssa put it on her Snapchat story. Then they started both throwing cheating accusations at each other on Twitter, with most fans initially taking Jake's side. Then Alyssa defended herself, saying that he was the one that actually cheated on her almost every night. Then the rap battle started, with Jake making his It's Everyday Bro track, which took many digs at Alyssa. Then she made her own diss track with Rice Scum called It's Everyday Sis, where she admitted to kissing Logan. The whole thing was set straight when Alyssa uploaded a video called What You've Been Waiting For, where she tells her truth, saying she did cheat on Jake with Logan, but she didn't feel it was cheating as they were never actually together, and Jake just used her for the videos, while he hooked up with girls constantly in their own bed. Up at number 6, Shane Dawson and Lisa Schwartz. Shane and Lisa were basically an OG YouTube couple, with them dating for about 4 years before breaking up in 2014. The breakup seemed very amicable and they seemed to stay friends after. Then Shane came out as bisexual in a video only a little while later in 2015, posting a video to his channel, and a lot of people speculated that this might have been the reason for the breakup. But Lisa actually shut that down, with Lisa posting a video to her own channel supporting Shane, saying in the video, quote, "I feel a lot of joy for Shane. For years I watched him suffer. For years I hurt for him. I didn't know why he was suffering. Sometimes I thought it was me. Sometimes work, his family, his body image. And it's just really beautiful to see how supportive she was of him back then. And the pair have stayed really good friends ever since, with them appearing in videos together and seemingly speaking pretty often." Halfway through number 5, Jesse Wellens and Gianna Smith. This was another breakup that rocked the world, because the couple had been together for many years and daily vlogged for the last few years of their relationship. But the vlogging was actually a big part of the reason that the two ended up splitting. The pair ended up breaking up after 10 years of being together. They labeled their breakup as a break in their initial 2016 video, but since they have not gotten back together, it can be assumed that they're obviously done for good. And in the video, Jesse revealed how daily vlogging had taken a huge toll on the relationship, saying that he doesn't recommend any YouTube couple to vlog, or it could be disastrous. In at number 4, Lauren Ramaki and Alex Wasabi. Lauren Ramaki, aka Lore DIY, and Alex Wasabi were another couple that shocked the internet when they announced their split after 3 years of being together back in 2018. The pair announced it in a YouTube video uploaded to Lauren's YouTube channel. In the video, they speak on a range of topics, with Lauren saying, quote, "Basically, we just feel like we both need specific things, and we're not fully on the same page, and we need to take time apart. So for us to come back better and stronger, we have to take time and focus on ourselves." Then saying in that video they were taking a break and unsure if they would get back together or not, with both of them saying that it was the best 3 years of their lives, and that there was no cheating or anything malicious that caused the break. And after they both took breaks from the platform, it was confirmed that they were not getting back together when Lauren got in another relationship only a few months later. And I'm sorry, I'm happy for her, but like, still a little salty about it. In at number 3, Jaclyn Hill and John Hill. Massive beauty guru Jaclyn Hill shocked the internet when she announced that she was getting divorced from her husband, John Hill, in 2018 after 9 years together. In a video Jaclyn posted talking about the breakup, she said, quote, "I will always love John, but John and I have never made good partners. We've always made good friends." Continuing, "John and I have had our problems our entire marriage, but we have always worked to be bigger than our problems, and it just got to the point where it was exhausting. I was blood dry. There was nothing left to give." Then things were shaken up after Jaclyn announced her new beau months later, and it was discovered that the new guy and John were actually friends at one point. But Jaclyn shut down rumors of shadiness or cheating, then insinuating that John actually cheated on Jaclyn. And after a lot of back and forth, John came out on his own Instagram stating he was not a cheater. But all their drama didn't end there, with Trisha Paytas later getting involved in December of 2019 after she posted photos of her and John kissing. And while the internet was completely losing it, she kept her cool by tweeting about corn dip. And honestly, we love to see it. In at number 2, Alyssa Violet and FaZe Banks. If you remember this one, it was an utter disaster. basically after years of dating, this couple that everyone was rooting for broke up. And when it happened, it seemed very amicable and like nothing shady had really gone down. Until one day when Alyssa quote tweeted someone asking how they found out they were being cheated on. And she replied quote, "I was asleep upstairs with our dogs and he wasn't next to me, so I checked our guest house and caught him naked in bed with a random girl." And after Twitter was set ablaze by this, she was not done and showed screenshots of text convos where he admits to cheating. Then she laid out a number of other times that he cheated, just to ensure there was no possible way he was gonna get out of that. But the craziest thing about all of this is that it's very heavily rumored that the two of them are actually back together, as there's been some proof that she has been at the Nude-Face house in Banks's bed. So I guess we'll see on that one. And finally at number 1, Anthony Padilla and Kalel Kitten. This is one you OG YouTube watchers will definitely remember, because before the drama was actually like disturbing on YouTube, this was the kind of stuff that was breaking the internet. This one was pretty juicy though, because they actually broke off their engagement before getting married. Way back in 2014 when the split happened, she blamed it on growing apart. But of course, with tons of other ones on this list, there was breakup after the fact as well. It started when Anthony made a Draw My Life video where he spoke of one of his exes, and even though he didn't name the name, everyone knew it was about Kalel, saying quote, "I was in a manipulative relationship with someone at the time. I now feel she was using me. I was so walked over that I would seek approval from her for every aspect of my life," he said. Then continuing, "It caused me to lose who I really was. My confidence was at an all-time low. Like all toxic relationships go, I didn't realize how bad it really was until months after we broke up." So of course, after all those digs, Kalel had to defend herself, saying in a thread of tweets that she's sad he would stick his fans on her and that she was never a gold digger, saying that she was not the perfect girlfriend and her OCD made things hard, but he knew exactly what he was getting himself into. So clearly, it was not on good terms after all. So starting off at number 10, we have Cardi B and Offset. So the talk of the town recently is that Cardi B has filed for divorce from her husband and baby daddy Offset. The pair were together for 3 years and Cardi filed in an Atlanta courthouse. In the documents, she claimed that the marriage was broken and there was no prospects for a reconciliation. And after this, the media practically imploded and everyone was dying to know why. Then a source told People the scoop, blaming it all on cheating, saying quote, "Offset has pretty much cheated the entire time they've been together, but Cardi looked the other way because of the baby. She also didn't want to be embarrassed, but she's had enough." Along with the divorce, Cardi is seeking legal and primary physical custody over their 2-year-old daughter, Culture Chiari. And for a rundown on the cheating, multiple women have come forward over the years saying that they cheated with Offset, with the worst time being in 2018 when Offset was involved in a sex tape that came out only a few months after they were married. But despite that, she stuck by him. However, Cardi recently took to Instagram where she revealed a bit of a different story, saying in a live video, quote, "I'm okay, I want to let you guys know I haven't shed one tear." Then adding that the divorce isn't because of cheating after all, saying quote, "I just got tired of arguing." She continued, "I just got tired of not seeing things eye to eye. When you feel like it's just not the same anymore, before you actually get cheated on, I'd rather just leave. Nothing crazy or out of this world happens, sometimes people really do grow apart." And that is definitely an interesting twist to me. I definitely thought it would be because of the cheating, but maybe it is, she doesn't want to say, but either way, you know, her reasons are her reasons, and I stand by her for sure.
At number 9, Mary-Kate Olsen and Oliver Sarkozy. After multiple attempts, Mary-Kate Olsen has successfully filed for divorce from her husband Oliver Sarkozy. Mary-Kate had tried multiple times to file for divorce from her husband through the New York City courts, but because of the pandemic and the stay-at-home orders in New York, she was denied twice before finally having her paperwork accepted in late May. The two had been married since 2015 and apparently had some rough patches, most notably their stance on starting a family. Oliver, who already has children with his ex-wife, didn't want any more, though Mary-Kate did. Oh, and speaking of his ex-wife, apparently this whole divorce started when Oliver's ex-wife moved into the couple's home. Right. Like that's gonna go over well. Mary-Kate seemed to have had enough with their disagreements, and especially those which involved the ex-wife, and so the divorce began. On top of Mary-Kate's misfortunes with her husband, he apparently kicked her out of their apartment, and all of this happened during the stay-at-home order, so it really wasn't safe for her anywhere else. She was recently seen enjoying a night out with friends, so I'm glad she's doing better now, but I mean, come on, get rid of the ex-wife. Why is she living in your house? Literally stop.
And at number 8, Crystal Nielsen and Chris Randone. So this some Bachelor tea for you guys, but one of the pair's most promising couples divorced this year. People love the idea of Chris and Crystal together as they were both the villains on their respective seasons of the show, but once they went on Bachelor in Paradise and things were slightly more real, people realized they weren't bad people after all and they were pretty perfect for each other. The pair got engaged after their season of Paradise, then wed in 2019. But only 8 months after the marriage, the pair decided to call it quits, with Crystal writing on Instagram, quote, "The past 8 months have not been easy. I've been torn between mourning a life that could have been and determined to fight for the future I know I deserve. With respect and support for one another, Chris and I have decided to move forward with filing for divorce." And as a fan of the shows, I am so sad about this one. Like, this is one I was like, whoa, maybe TV love is real, but not in their case, I guess.
At number 7, Kelly Clarkson and Brandon Blackstock. Here's another marriage that ended after 7 years. I guess 7 years is bad luck, I don't know. I thought it was a lucky number. Apparently not. Kelly Clarkson and Brandon Blackstock filed for divorce this past June. After meeting at the 2006 ACMAs, beginning their relationship in 2012, and getting married in 2013, their relationship has come to an end, though Kelly will not comment on why that is. Kelly has kept the whole thing under wraps, but what we do know is that her next album will be the most personal record she's released. Kelly said that she dove into some really personal issues in the album, and then it travels through the experience of the journey of her relationship from beginning to end. If we really want to know what's been going on behind the scenes, her music will really be the only place to find that information, since Kelly said that she will not comment on her divorce for her children's sake. Since the news of the divorce broke, we haven't heard much from Brandon, but again, I'm sure it will all be apparent in the music.
And at number 6, Tana Mongeau and Jake Paul. So this one we know now wasn't a real marriage, but there was so much drama and anticipation around it when the couple did break up / divorce. The world was pretty shocked at how fast it all happened. Well, I do have to say, not everyone was shocked, but personally I was shocked at how fast they divorced. The couple first got together very soon after Tana split from her cheating ex, aka the Justin Bieber lookalike, in April 2019. The couple then received what I like to call the Jake Paul treatment, where Jake starts making the relationship the center of his content, and then releases merch, and then has a fake marriage, and all that. But the reason this worked so well is that him and Tana seemed like the real deal, and she played into the clout factor as much as he did. The couple got engaged in Vegas on Tana's birthday in June of 2019, and then after some back and forth, the date of the wedding was set for July 28th in Las Vegas. And on that date, Jake and Tana were wed in holy clout-trimony. Then 2 weeks after that, Tana uploaded a video talking about it, where she admitted that they didn't legally get married, but in her heart, that's what they were. Then only a few months after, Tana made an explosive video where she revealed that she really loved and cared for Jake, but he didn't, and he just saw the clout side of things. With the couple announcing only a few months later that they were taking a break in January of 2020, but that break turned into a breakup after Jake quickly started dating someone else. And their whole relationship only ended up lasting about 8 months in total. However, the reason I had to just bring this up again is that Jake and Tana are now both single and hanging out like best friends, like nothing ever happened. So I mean, maybe something's in their future. I mean, I hope not for Tana's sake, but kind of seems that way.
At number 5, Julianne Hough and Brooks Leach. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's what I'm going with. Julianne and Brooks seem to be taking their separation quite slowly this year. Back in late May, the pair announced their separation after 3 years of marriage, but haven't seemed to have moved past that phase. Though they had been quarantining separately, and Julianne was reportedly looking to distance herself from her husband, an actual divorce filing hasn't happened yet. Now, depending on where you look, you get a different side of how Julianne is feeling about the separation. Some sources say that she's absolutely shattered that her marriage is over, others say that she doesn't know what she wants to do about the relationship, and others say that she's doing fine. At the same time, there are sources that say that Brooks is upset about the situation, or that he was the one who initiated the breakup, or that he's just fine with it and waiting for Julianne to come to a decision. Bottom line here is that we don't know for certain what's going on between the two of them. One thing is for sure though, they seem to be pretty friendly with each other at least. The two connected for Julianne's birthday and even shared some flirty messages with each other, Those kind of flirty messages. Things seem to be on good terms, and I think things will work out, but maybe not as quickly as some would assume.
In at number 4, Armie Hammer and Elizabeth Chambers. After 13 years of being together, Armie Hammer and Elizabeth Chambers both announced their separation on their Instagram accounts on July 10th of 2020, saying in a statement, quote, 13 years as best friends, soulmates, partners, and then parents.
It's been an incredible journey, but together we've decided to turn the page and move on from our marriage. As we enter into this next chapter, our children and relationship as co-parents and dear friends will remain our priority. Then adding that they asked for privacy for the sake of their children. The pair got married in 2010 and have 2 kids together, Harper Grace and Ford Armand Douglas.
At number 3, Christina Ricci and James Heerdegen. Again, I don't know if I'm saying your name right, but that's what I'm going with. After 7 years of marriage, again, 7 years, Christina filed for divorce from her husband in early July, citing irreconcilable differences. Things seemed to be pretty bad between the couple because just a few days before filing for divorce on June 25th, police were called to the couple's home and the actress was granted an emergency protective order against James. Following the divorce filings, Christina has also requested to be granted sole legal and physical custody of their 5-year-old son, Freddie. There is speculation that there was domestic abuse involved in their relationship since the police dispatch cited domestic battery as the reason for the call on June 25th. This creates a polar opposite from their marriage 3 years ago when Christina gushed about how she's become the best version of herself through marriage and motherhood. When the couple met in 2012 on the set of Pan Am, they seemed to be completely in love and they were engaged and wed the following year. Now with this new information suggesting domestic violence, you can really see that things aren't always what they seem.
And at number 2, Vanessa Morgan and Michael Kopech. Many fans were shocked after it was revealed that this couple had split after only being together for about 2 years. The whole debacle started off when Vanessa Morgan announced that she was pregnant with a boy on July 24th, with the caption of the announcement post that she made on Instagram reading, quote, "I'm overjoyed to be welcoming my baby boy into the world this January," along with many other sentiments in the long caption. With her sharing tons of videos from the shower that suspiciously left out her husband, Michael Kopech, leading many to believe they were separated, with people speculating if the baby was even his or not, especially with the wording of the caption inferring that Vanessa was doing this alone. A few weeks after all the speculation, it was revealed that Michael Kopech had filed for divorce, and a source disclosed that Kopech filed for divorce 1 month before the baby reveal, with the source adding the child is his, with the couple only being married for 6 months before the filing.
And at number 1, Megan Fox and Brian Austin Green. Actress Megan Fox and Brian Austin Green have divorced following 10 years of marriage. On his podcast, Green said that the two had begun their separation in late 2019, but only recently filed for divorce. Green described their end of marriage discussion as a patient process. He allowed Megan to recuperate after coming home from filming abroad, and then had the difficult conversation about ending their marriage. They say that it was a mutual decision and that there were no hard feelings about it. They simply just fell out of love, and that's okay. Megan has been seen with rapper Machine Gun Kelly, and Green doesn't want them to be criticized for their relationship. Seems like the two of them are supportive of one another through this, and I like that. This also isn't the first time the couple has divorced. Back in 2015, Fox filed for divorce, but soon they got back together after working out their differences. The couple have 3 kids together and are co-parenting.
Yeah, this one was so crazy to me, and I actually just read that he thinks, like Brian Austin Green thinks, that they could be getting back together even though she seems so in love with Machine Gun Kelly. Like, it's all just like so confusing. And then I did a video like a while back that Megan and Brian Austin Green were in a open relationship, so it's just like a lot going on with that couple. We'll see if they make it back together. I mean, like, hopefully not in a way, but we'll see.
Yeah, it honestly kind of sounds like, you know, Megan's like in a relationship, she's super happy, but like Brian's probably like, the spotlight's not on me anymore, let me change that.
Ooh,
like, I feel like
geez.
that's the kind of vibe I'm getting.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason for him to be like, actually we're in an open relationship. Like, you would have said that a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's just now, I don't know.
Yeah, there's
It's
a lot of like
sus.
mystery
Yeah.
around it.